In this video, we will be covering the following topics. The Saberjet safety features. Powering on the machine. Starting the software. Adding garnet. Wireless pendant operation. Blade touch off for length. Loading a program. Move tab. Table tab. G-code tab. Non-miter tab. Miter tab. Program controls. Blade change. Powering off the machine. The Saberjet XP has two emergency stop buttons, one on the console, and one on the pendant. When pushed in, system control software is disabled, and the current cut operation is stopped. Motion on all axes is disabled, and an alarm is generated. When the arbor disable switch key is turned to the right, the arbor becomes disabled, but the axis will still move at a much slower pace. When disabling the arbor, make sure to take the key out and keep it with you to prevent accidental machine operation while you are in the machine table area. The photo safety eyes act as an emergency stop. The system consists of an emitter and a receiver. The emitter transmits a constant beam of light toward the receiver, and once that beam is interrupted, the safety circuit stops the machine. When activating the spindle disable switch, it also disables the photo safety eyes to allow for safe entry to the machine table area. Check the machine visually. Verify everything looks normal, and there are no exposed wires, or open panels. Check to ensure there is nothing leaning against, or resting on the rails. If everything looks satisfactory, turn on the power at the main circuit breaker, the Saberjet's electrical cabinet, and the intensifier cabinet. Verify side water, and air control valves, are open. To start the machine software, select the Park Industries icon on the taskbar, at the bottom of the screen. The Operation Auto screen will open by default. Wear safety glasses and earplugs during this entire procedure, and ensure the ball is down before adding garnet. Remove the top cover. Loosen the ball handle. Do not remove at this time. Turn the three-way valve to the off position. This discharges pressure from the hopper. Verify the ball handle has dropped. The black knob should be flush with the top of the screen. If not, try pushing down by hand, or use a dead blow hammer. Add garnet to the hopper. Make sure that the screen is in place. This prevents unwanted debris from entering the hopper. Remove the ball handle, remove the screen, and place the three-legged pop valve assembly on top of the tank standoffs. Push all garnet into the hopper. Replace the screen and thread the ball handle onto the bolt. The ball handle does not have to be tight at this time. Turn the three-way valve to open position while pulling up on the pop-up valve ball handle. Tighten the ball handle and replace the top cover. Make sure the emergency stop on the pendant is in the raised position. Turn the black knob to the right, and hold it briefly. When the LED light flashes, the pendant is connected to the receiver. Once connected, press the pendant active button on the right side of the console. To deactivate the pendant, press the pendant active button, and turn the black knob to the off position. Using the pendant, bring the blade over an open portion of the table, and then lower to about 1/4 inch above the table. Press and hold the slow button, and then push the Z- button, to slowly lower the blade until it lightly touches the table. You can also use the thousandths of an inch button to move the blade 1/1000th of an inch at a time. Open the Setup Side tab from the Setup Main tab. Select the Capture Length button. Press the Scan G-code button. Scan the barcode on the job sheet. Select Yes to confirm. Alternatively, you can scan the G-code again to confirm the correct program instead of selecting Yes. To load the G-code without a job sheet, select the Load G-code button. A window will open that contains a list of the G-codes sent to the machine. Select the desired program and it will load. The Move tab allows the operator to move the cutting head to predetermined locations. Pressing any of the location buttons opens a verification window. Press Yes to move the machine to the selected location. The Photo Location button moves the bridge to the pre-programmed location that allows the operator to take a photo using the optional bridge-mounted camera. A confirmation message requiring the operator to yes the action is displayed before the movement is initiated. Once the bridge is in position, a window will open allowing the operator to take a picture of the table. Selecting the Tool Change button moves the bridge to the preset location so the operator can change blades or do maintenance on the water jet assembly. A confirmation message requiring the operator to yes the action is displayed before the movement is initiated. On Saberjets with a VFD option, the Arbor Warm-Up button is available. When pressed, it runs a warm-up routine which must be run at the start of each day. Safe Lineup is a safety check that requires the operator to move all axes to their zero position. Once this is done, the user acknowledges that the machine axes are at all zeros. This routine is done at the start of each day. On the Table tab, you will find buttons that pertain to the type of table that you have. On the Standard Model table, Park Machine is the only function available in this tab. The Slab Loader model has the following buttons. These buttons are used to start and stop the tilt table hydraulic pump motor. The pump motor can be started only when the machine is in the park location, if not you will get an error message stating the bridge is not in a safe location. Selecting the Start button starts the pump motor. Selecting the Stop button turns the motor off. Selecting the Up button raises the table. Selecting the Down button lowers the table. The table control is automatic and will stop on its own once the desired position, up or down, is reached. Once the table is in the desired position, select the Stop button to turn off the pump motor. The Ballast Table model has the following buttons. The ballast table will automatically flood the table when the water jet is cutting. The buttons on this tab are used to control the water levels manually. The Raise button raises the water level in the ballast tank. The Lower button lowers the water level in the ballast tank. The Tank High Blade option enables the water level to raise during blade cuts as well as jet cuts. Program Shift allows the operator to shift the program in the X-axis, Y-axis, or both. To shift a program, select the G-code tab. Select Program Shift, and enter the appropriate distance values in the X and or Y fields. Select the Set button and the entire program will shift by the distance values entered. Once the Set button is selected, a Program Shift enabled warning will be located at the top right of the display screen. Block assist allows the operator to restart a program. To restart the program from the last completed cut, open the G-code tab and select block assist. Find the appropriate cut and press select. You will be prompted to press cycle start. Once the machine has repositioned, you will be prompted to press cycle start to begin program from selected block. The non-miter tab displays the height sensor and load control settings for straight cuts. The non-miter height sensor button enables or disables the height sensor while making non-mitered cuts with the nozzle. When active, the Saberjet will check the height at the beginning of the cut and adjust the height of the water jet. When off, the Saberjet will make cuts without any adjustment. Load control, also called amp control, is designed to change axis feed rates to maintain a set arbor motor amperage. When on, the G-code program controls feed rate until the installed load amperage is reached, and then the load control controls the axis feed rate during the cut operation. When off, the G-code programmed value controls the axis feed rate during the cut operation. Set point: the arbor motor amperage that the load control program wants to maintain during an axis movement while the blade is cutting. Install load: the arbor motor amperage level that the load control program looks for to know that the blade is in the material cutting. Once this amperage is reached, the load control program is activated, and now controls blade feed rate. Minimum: the slowest axis feed rate the blade is allowed to travel. Maximum: the fastest axis feed rate the blade is allowed to travel. The miter height sensor button enables or disables the height sensor while making mitered nozzle and blade cuts. When active, the Saberjet will check the height at the beginning of the miter cut, and at the end of the miter cut, and adjust the Z height for thickness. When off, the Saberjet will make regular miter cuts without any adjustment. Load control functions the same as in the non-miter tab. The load set point, install load, minimum, and maximum fields are also the same, however, they are generally set to smaller feed rate values for miters. These four buttons are used to control the G-code program execution in the Saberjet. The most common method to process a job is to let the Saberjet's controller automatically process each G-code program line until the entire job is complete. Once the G-code program has been loaded, the operator simply has to select the cycle start button to start the program. The machine will automatically raise the blade if it is down, and position itself to make the first cut. To pause the G-code program once the program is running, select the cycle pause button. To start the program again, select cycle start. If a program is to be stopped permanently, select the cycle stop button. The block assist feature must be used to restart the program. When selecting single block, the button's background is green. The machine executes one line of code, and then pauses motion, until the operator selects the cycle start button to execute the next line of code. From the operation window, select the Move tab. Press the Tool Change button to move the bridge to the front of the machine. Press the Emergency Stop button on the console. Remove the three plastic knobs, holding the blade shroud cover to the shroud. Using a steel brush, remove all garnet and gunk buildup from the arbor shaft threads. Pull out the water forks to allow full access to the blade. Using the wrench and dead blow hammer, loosen the arbor nut, and then remove the nut. Remove the outer drive flange from the arbor shaft, and set aside. Carefully remove the blade, taking special note of whether there is a spacer ring between the blade and the arbor. If a spacer ring is present, remove it, but do not discard. Using an abrasive pad, clean the inner arbor flange, outer arbor flange, and both sides of the blade. If the replacement blade requires a spacer ring, slide the ring on the arbor shaft, and install the blade outer flange. Using the supplied arbor wrench, hand tighten the arbor nut. Using the dead blow hammer, strike the wrench several times, to tighten the arbor nut. Replace the shroud cover. Execute the blade measuring steps. At the end of the day, or when the Saberjet is not in use for an extended period of time, the machine can be powered down. Except for consuming energy, there is no problem keeping the machine on when not in use. Press the emergency stop button. The system on indicator will go out. Select the exit button. Select yes to verify you are closing the software. The software automatically shuts down all running programs. When done, the computer returns to the Windows desktop. Select the Windows icon on the bottom left corner. Select Shutdown. Check the computer screen. When the entire screen is black, switch power to off at Saberjet's main disconnect on the electrical cabinet, and the disconnect on the intensifier. Shut the power off at the site's main circuit breaker.